I just want to send you my love from Africa and just tell you thank you again, because I'm standing in the midst of the most incredible team and incredible army that I've ever worked with in my whole life. As we empower indigenous leaders to run this race, to finish their course, to see their land healed, there is no limit to what they can do. And the reason I say that is because they don't have the obstacles to jump over that we do from the West. They don't have language barriers. They don't have financial barriers in the same measure that we do. They don't. Their systems are used to food and culture and climate. They know the thinking, and that is very important, because you can both be speaking English but be on two totally different levels. So they know how people think. They know generations of history, and they know how to reach into those generations to see the foundations of truth restored based on biblical principles and kingdom culture. And that's what we're after. Not Western culture, not African culture, but how do we come now to kingdom culture, because that's what's going to sustain transformation in a nation. So I just want to say, if we can empower, if we can motivate, that is so simple to do. But if we can do that to indigenous leaders, they can multiply and they can accelerate faster than we can blink. And I'm talking about children, train the trainers. 2 Timothy 2:2 says, when we equip people to lead, then they'll train others, the same thing they've been taught. For children, for school teachers, for prayer warriors, for pastors, for field teachers, for women empowerment projects, for pastors' support and self-sustainable projects, for youth vocational skills, for widows and orphans, which is what James 1 says is pure and undefiled religion before the Lord, is supporting and maintaining them. But how do we empower them to empower themselves and then empower others? John 15 talks about fruit that remains. Jesus says, I don't just want fruit. I want more fruit. I want much fruit. I want fruit that remains. Fruit that remains is when you go back and see the leadership you trained yesterday now training others. And you don't have to push them to do that. They're full of zeal. They're full of fire because they see the effect of transformation. And I want to tell you, I've never seen a people or a culture do so much with so little. And they take it and absolutely run with it. And it's transformation and change that's sustained, because that it comes from the heart, comes from the inside out. So our problem here is not trying to empower and to train and to motivate. They're zealous. They're on fire. They're ready to run. What I have to do is, like when you're riding a horse, you have to pull back the reins and go, whoa, 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 because they will fly. But they can't fly without the equipping of this army. And it's like the saying on our wall in the mission house at one time said, we will go to hell and back and rescue them if you will hold the ropes. How can we send people down into the flaming pit, down into the front lines of firing zones, down where it's dangerous, into disease, into very urgent or desperate situations where we don't have supply lines to sustain them? And our life is not more valuable than theirs. We are equally called to the Great Commission. We are equally sent. We are equally empowered by God to go do the work of the gospel, and we have a short time to do it. Even if the Lord's coming delays, you and I only have one life, and it is but a vapor. And what we accomplish for the kingdom will last. Only one life will soon be passed. Only what's done for Christ will last. So how can we multiply ourselves into an already zealously equipped African army if the more that you are willing to pour into the pipelines, the more you're willing to facilitate their vision, the more we can accomplish? Could we send 1,000 missionaries tomorrow into the 1040 window and northward? Yes, they're already trained. They're already begging to go. But where are the resources? Where's the support to send them? And where's the funding to keep them there? That's what it takes. If we could match the zeal of the church in Africa with the resources and the empowerment of the Western world, we would have spread the word of God and reached the world more than Coca-Cola. And if Coca-Cola has done that and is in every village and every developing country and all over the world, why can't the church? Because we've got to match 90% of the zeal of the gospel, I'm telling you, is right here in this nation. But 90% of the resources are still in the hands of a comfortable Western world. God, could we match that? We would have an atomic bomb. Nobody could harness it. So our only challenge here is we're pulling back the reins, trying to harness the zeal, because they're ready to fly and they're ready to die for what they believe in. So I challenge you, church, every one of you in the Western world, get up, equip, empower, and send into the kingdom, into the army, what you know you can't keep anyway. And what you invest, you'll never lose. Again, I say to you what Jim Elliot said. He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain what he cannot lose. Africa loves you, and so do I.